Joining me now is former Speaker of the House, Bronwyn Bishop, and former Labor MP Michael Danby. Great to see you both. Now, you were, Bronwyn, a kind of minister for war in our own way. How's this war against Iran going? Will we win? Will the Americans win?
Well, yes, I do believe they will. But I think the important thing to say is this. Lots of criticism made of politicians that they're lead-footed, they can't dance. If there's one thing that Trump can do, he knows how to dance. He knows how to change direction, confuse, but he also knows how to keep his base informed, which I think has been quite an interesting way in which a war is conducted. But they can munition the Iranian government, but it is a country of 90 million people. This so-called successor is hardline, but I think Trump will continue to change direction and say, OK, now we want to say, as he's saying now, in who's going to be the new leader. We'll see how that transpires. In the meantime, he's got the wherewithal to just keep thrashing them and bombing them.
Michael, a new Middle East, is this the rise of the American-Israeli alliance as the superpowers that will reshape the Middle East?
Yes. If the Americans and Israelis are able to defang the Iranian regime, take away all of their ballistic missiles and their factories and the drone factories, that'll be good for the citizens of Israel and all the Arab world, and it will be good for the Ukrainians too. I think these bloody Shahed missiles land on them every night in Kharkiv and Lviv. But also, the Israelis bombed a fourth little-known nuclear site, so that's completing the nuclear stoppage. And even if they don't get regime change, this will weaken the military forces that murdered all of those people in the streets of Tehran just a couple of months ago. So it gives the Iranian people a chance after the 4 weeks. I think Donald's going to cut it very quickly so he doesn't get ambushed by the isolationists. To give the Iranian people a chance to rise up later if we can't do it in the 4 weeks.
Meanwhile, the Albanese government seems to have forgotten to give us enough fuel. But Chris Bowen is kind of saying, oh, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But here, listen to Tim Ayres. I call him Tim Uluru for reasons of my own. But Tim Ayres has come out and said, you've got to be a right-winger if you believe there's a problem with fuel. Have a listen.
What is really going on is the extreme right-wing, One Nation Party, National Party, Liberal Party approach to this, which is to deceive Australians about what is really going on here. Do you know what is making a difference for ordinary households who are able to access electric vehicles, who drive past petrol stations?
So, Bronwyn, this lunatic thinks that half the country, or more than half the country, are far-right wingers because they're concerned about fuel shortages. And why don't they all just go and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on EVs like any normal Canberran would?
Well, there is the politician who can't dance, lead-footed all the way, whether it's on an electric car or a petrol car. So all I can say about him is that he's got it so wrong. They are so delusional. The people who are misleading the Australian people, telling lies on a regular basis, is Bowen, Albo and the rest of the cohort. We haven't got anything like the reserves they're talking about on land here in Australia. They're just making it up. It might be on a ship, it might be in America, but we're all counting it as being here. That man simply is delusional.